Let's do it. What up? What up? What up? What is going on? I am Anime Day. My man Stick Steve couldn't be here with us today, but this is the Commonwealth podcast. We are on episode, what is this, 7? Episode 7. We are here. I am here with a special guest today. My good friend, brother, I've known for decades now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
2000, what? 2003?
That's not 2004.
2004.
2004 would be decades. Yeah, but almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. This is Thank You, Saki.
What's going on?
Let's get some air horns from my man. Thank You, Saki. Yeah. So a lot of people couldn't make it today. However, we still wanted to have a show for you, so here we are. My man Saki is going to be talking to us about a couple topics, but first, I want to get into the recap. Let's talk about what's been going on in our weeks. This week, for me, has been kind of light. I haven't done a lot. I've done some projects for work, done some projects for home. It's a lot of things happening with the kids right now. We're going to get into that. It's a lot of stuff going on with the kids. I got 2 graduates going right now. But other than that, business as usual. Really looking forward to this episode because it's something different. Did a little experimenting in the middle of the week. And yeah, that's about it. You know? Before we get into exactly what you did as a, like a recap of your week, let's learn a little bit about who is Thank You, Saki.
Well, what do you want to know? So, I'm Saki. I started making music back in, I had to be like 8 years old. And from there, I've been making music.
When you say making music specifically.
Oh, yeah. I should be specific. So,
yeah.
So I started off making instrumental music. I was just trying to copy people, copy things that I was listening to, all that kind of thing. And eventually I wanted to make things myself. So I think, what did I start with? Like the Simpsons thing was like the first thing I started with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Not really. It just felt like fun to play. You're 8 years old. Like, what do you know besides what you can see on TV and what your parents are playing on the radio? You know what I mean? What experience do you have with that? But I've been doing that since I was a kid. Still do it now. It's a, what do you call it? It's a hobby for me at this point. It's not a business. At some point it was a business, but we just made it a hobby. But yeah, what else do you want to know? I mean,
hold on. This is gonna bug me. That's gonna bug me. We're gonna have to fix that. Yeah. It's always something to fix on this podcast, but here we are. But anyway, well, let's talk about our relationship and how we got introduced. So I met you, I believe, in 2005 or late 2004. It couldn't have been late 2004. It had to be late 2005. Because late 2005, I didn't know you the first year I lived in England.
You moved there when?
I moved there in 2004.
Okay.
So I got there in 2004 and it was like October.
Yeah.
November 2004. And
so it had to be 2005.
I think it was 2005.
Yeah, it had to be 2005.
Yeah. But
you want to tell the story? I can tell the story.
It's funny. You got an opportunity to tell a story 2 ways, from 2 different perspectives. I'd love to hear how you believe the story went, though.
Here we go. All right. So I remember I was at the gate. I was a gate guard. I was security forces. And I was talking to one of the other gate guards. And he was telling me about you. But he didn't say like your name or anything. He was just telling me about this guy he knows that raps and you've been performing and I should make some beats for him because he liked my music, right? So it was like, yeah. This guy he's like the best. You haven't heard of him? Like everybody's talking about him. I'm like, all right, no, I ain't heard of him. So I think that same day or the next day, I was posted with him again, and you came through the gate. I don't know. See, this is the part I'm fuzzy on. I'm trying to remember if it was a situation where I had some beats on me and I was like, okay, yeah, he's coming through the gate. I'm gonna give him some beats. Or
were you scouting me?
I don't know if I would say I was scouting you because I still hadn't heard of you.
Yeah.
I heard of you through someone else, but I hadn't heard any music or anything like that. So, so this guy,
but there was a buzz.
There was a buzz.
I'm asking.
Yeah, there was a buzz.
People were talking.
People were talking about you.
People were talking about me.
Yeah, people were talking about you. Nothing specific for the story. Besides that.
I like your version of the story better than mine
people
already.
Were talking about you. You guess that. So you got to remember, like, we're on a flight full of people who are just sitting in trucks or standing in posts all day long. They're not doing anything else but talking, or we're listening to music, but we can't do much of anything else because we're in the public eye. So you can't be on your phones, but you weren't really on your phones during that time anyway in England. Like,
right.
Yeah. So we weren't on the phones. We weren't doing anything like that, but we were at the gate and we were talking. We were listening to stuff. He didn't have anything. He didn't have any of your music that you had. You came through the gate though. And he pointed you out to me. He was like, yeah, that's guy right there. That's guy right there. So I walked up to you in your car. What did you drive? Was that a Camry? I don't remember what you drove.
Oh, it's definitely a Camry.
Okay. It was that white Camry?
Definitely a Camry.
All right. Yeah, so he came. He rolled out the window.
Excuse me, the killer Cam.
He rolled out the window. He had so my man's love colors, right? What was this? This was like,
I was playing. You remember the song?
No. You weren't playing colors. You love colors, like flashy colors.
Oh, flashy colors.
Yeah,
yes. That's definitely true.
Yeah, your drip.
Yeah.
So you came through. You had your hat on backwards. You was like,
my guy had the drip. Is what you were saying.
Yeah.
That was pretty drippy.
Yeah. Okay. It was pretty drippy.
Pretty drippy. Yeah, I was in my youth.
In his youth.
I just told you who I thought I was. A guy. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
So he came through the gate.
Yeah.
We was talking. And, well, it wasn't we was talking. I was talking to you. And you were giving me the look like you give me right now. He was like,
What look right there? What does that look say to you?
He's like, what was you talking about? So, I guess we exchanged information, and then that was it for that piece. And I hit you up later. The time that I hit you up is what resonates me the most. So I hit you up when I was off work. I had nothing to do. I was gonna play you some beats, and this dude picks up the phone. He was like, "Yeah, I'm working on this video. Whatever." He makes it sound like it's something that's not that big or important, but at the same time, it's more important than you. The conversation that is more important than you. So he's over here. He's like, all right, what you got? You gonna play something for me? So I went to my keyboard, and I was playing some beats through the phone, and he was like, all right. And then I started playing music for like a good 2 minutes, and I was peeping. He wasn't paying attention. So I was like, oh, he ain't even paying attention to the music that's playing. It's not even playing. And he was like, all right, man, just come on over, dog. Like, I was like, just come on over. You could just
That's not what happened.
I'm sure it is.
Nah, that's not what happened.
Oh, okay. What happened?
My story differs up to this point a little bit. Let's talk about the differences, and then I can come back to you, and you can finish.
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. So, yes, I went through the gate. It was definitely that side gate that is right off the roundabout.
Yeah. Gate 11, something like that.
Something like that. And I remember coming through the gate. It was late. It was nighttime. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what I was on a mission for. Who knows? But I remember you stopping me. And it sounded like you were excited to share something.
Yeah.
It sounded like you sounded like an artist trying to pass somebody their demo.
Oh.
Right?
That's what it sounded like?
That was the energy that I was met with.
Oh, okay.
And I had a very arrogant energy about it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, one, I know how this goes, and this ain't the way this is supposed to go. Right?
Right.
You don't just like, well, I mean, you know now, we're older now. You build a rapport with somebody. You don't just hey, can you help me, please? I got this. You know what I mean? I'm really good at it. You don't really do it that way.
Right.
You know? And you were doing it that way.
Yeah, I was.
And I was met with that energy, and I was very arrogant about it, admittedly.
Yeah.
But I was like, not looking for producers.
Well, nobody said you weren't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nobody said you weren't.
So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I went back to the crib. I made the phone call. I listened to some beats over the phone. I remember hearing a beat, and I said, "Hey, can I come over? I want to come over and hear that beat. What was that?"
Okay. Right.
That's what it was. And you played Trauma's Walkabout.
Yep.
Right? You played a bunch of joints for me first that you did.
Yeah.
Then you started playing me joints from the crew.
Yep.
And you played the Walkabout. And I immediately stopped and said, in my version of the story, yo, can I come over? Because I want to hear that in person.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. Tell me what you think happened.
I think up to that point, I think that is how that probably went down. Because I'm thinking like, I think where we are differing is I know for a fact you weren't really like into what was being played until the Walkabout. That
Yes.
part I can agree on.
Yeah.
Like how it ended there. Yeah.
I agree with that too. But I think that what it did was that led me to come over.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think I agree.
I think that's what was the interest, because everything else I heard was pretty mid up to that point.
Yeah.
Nothing that I was like crazy.
Right,
Now,
right.
matter of fact, I want to say the first like maybe 3 joints we did together were all joints that were done by like either Suede or Trauma.
Was it 3?
I don't know, something like that. The earliest joints, you know what I mean? The ones that had songs written to them type stuff. Like I remember at least 2, right? And then you and I started working on custom stuff together.
Yeah.
And then we got in a whole bag, like a niche.
Was that like our first joint must have been like Jig and Drop.
Jig and Drop was not our first joint, but it was the first joint we did together that we thought was single worthy. That you and I did together.
Yeah,
that was single. But Jig and Drop was the beginning, I think maybe, of that sound we were trying to put together.
Skip Out.
Yep. Skip Pop.
Yeah, Skip
Yep.
Out.
Skip Pop.
So essentially what ended up happening is we had a bunch of beats that I played for you.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember the name of the beats, and it doesn't really matter. It's like one called Damn Drum, and then he obviously took Walkabout, and he got Walkabout done, put on the radio.
Yeah.
On the radio up
That
there.
was the first joint that I had on the radio in England.
Yeah.
I think it was the last one too. I don't think I ever got anything else on the radio in England.
Jig and Drop.
No, I don't think I did.
Walkabout was probably the only one.
I think Walkabout was, because I wasn't really looking at radio anymore. You know what I mean? Like at that point, I don't think I was shopping for a fan base. I think I was shopping for a deal. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to convince labels, not gather a fan base. Completely the opposite of what you should be doing, but whatever.
Yeah.
You can tell me nothing.
We did so many things differently then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for me, I always felt like at that point in time, you could do anything any way you wanted to. You didn't have to follow a formula. The only thing you had to follow was, hey, are you getting people's attention? Doesn't matter how you got their attention. Maybe if it's for a good reason and they're going to come back, if it's going to generate them checking for you, then that's good.
Yeah.
But in the event that, that didn't work out, you moved on to something else. So for me, it was more of when I came to meet you, I was like, hey, bro, like, here's what I got. Can we work together?
I felt like you actually convinced me to sign to you.
Yeah. Because then we were trying to like make instrumentally sick evolution. We're trying to make that a whole production.
A label. Yeah.
It's like a whole label. That didn't work out. You always have to have some sort of direction, some sense of direction, and I didn't have it back then.
You had a lot of talent. It was like a lot of people and talented people that were working together, and they were being managed appropriately. But I do think that maybe there was a lack of direction.
Yeah,
I think that doing it again, I think rallying behind an artist and trying to shop the artist would probably be.
It'd be different today.
Yeah, for sure.
I won't say it'd be. I'd say it would go better. It would definitely go better. It'd be different because the way that people get deals today, it seems like it's a lot of social media push. It's a lot of
like you already have the buzz. Yeah. It's been like that for a while though. That labels would go after people who already have like a following.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's been like that, but I think that more so now than ever, it's easier to get a following.
What are you comparing it to?
What we went through. The real grind.
Yeah, the real grind. But you know that people still doing the real grind. People still out in the streets. People still shopping out of their trunk. Trying to shop their music people out of their trunk. They still doing that. Barbershops. Yeah, they're still doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so there are more effective means of doing it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you like SoundCloud really be popping for people.
Yeah.
You know?
They have the whole push behind them. And I feel like people feel like SoundCloud is more accessible, or that's where people are checking for new artists. Well, they're not like on Spotify, but they are on Spotify too. So
here's the thing. We're supposed to be talking about how we connected, how we met, but I want to pivot.
Okay.
Because you're touching on some things, pause, that I think that we can elaborate on.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to know from a production standpoint, somebody who has been in music before, right? Who's worked in the industry, who's worked with industry people, artists, and executives, like whatever, right? What is your opinion of the current state of the music that is predominantly the majority of what hip hop is today?
Oh, you mean trap?
Sure. Sure.
All right, let's narrow this question down. What are you asking me? Like,
what you think about the new kids?
I think the new kids got a lot of new ideas that are foreign to us. And
what do you think the intent or the origin of these ideas is, though?
That's a good question.
Because
they see how we did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we did it from a very innocent and integrity-based intent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was not about the bag.
So you still got people that chase the bag. You got people who are doing it for the love still.
Yo, I think you have more people chasing the bag than ever. Like I can't, like there's a big boom. We could say this is the baby boomer season of female rappers right now, right? I feel like there are so many female rappers today, but they lack variety.
Yeah. They're following informed
in the content. And I think then when I looked at it like that, I was like, oh man, all these chicks are rapping about the same shit. Yeah. Right? There's some outliers. And those are the ones I rock with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I rock with a Rhapsody, I rock with I rock with her, but I don't know her name. I rock with Doja Cat.
Doja.
She's a great songwriter. I love Doechii. Doechii is probably my favorite female artist right now.
Yep.
Creative, talented, bars, all of it. Songwriting, she has the whole package. Patrick says hip hop is dead.
And this, you know what? In a sense, I feel like what
Stick
hip hop
Steve
was.
says Lotto. Lotto is obviously the one to watch right now.
I still like Missy.
I mean, I like Missy.
It's a bias. That's.
I don't think that Missy. We saw her live, right?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, last weekend.
Oh, how was it?
It was incredible. She was Missy.
Yeah.
It was great. But she's so small now. It's so weird seeing her.
Yeah.
She's so small.
Yeah.
What is
All right,
happening? Make it stop. Thanks. But anyway, but yeah, she looks great performing live. Agreed. She still has it.
Yeah, and she just got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
That is huge for Missy.
Who else is in your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from hip hop?
Oh, you asking me to think now?
I mean, I haven't thought about it either. It was just, if you ain't got it, we come back later. All right, we come back later. Okay, so admittedly, I think we're talking about the new generation and their ideas, but I do feel like there's so much synergy in what they sound like that there's almost an attempt to sound like this because the standard is what, and I know that existed for a while.
I was gonna say homogenization,
but it's never been like this.
Always existed. Homogenization has always existed.
Yeah, but in hip hop, it's never been like this.
No, not like this. So we always had our sections, right?
Yeah,
like we had our East Coast, we had our West Coast, you had your Dirty South, you had all this shit. Right?
Yeah.
So today, you still kind of have something. But I feel like everybody is chasing a specific sound, and it's those people that try to branch out from that specific sound that they're trying to like fly blind, because our attention span is where I think is messing music up. Here's why I say that. So if someone is hearing something they've never heard, they have no idea what kind of background it has, it's never dawn on them, nothing like that. They didn't come from that background. And if they hear something for the first time, sometimes they'll pick it up and they're like, "Oh, yo, this is dope." Other times they're like, "Yo, this don't sound like something I want to listen to," and they'll skip right over it. So people get in that habit of trying to create something that's going to make them, "Oh, this feels familiar. Oh, what is this?" Oh,
well, that's why Kendrick worked the first time. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could argue that Kendrick works today, right? But for me, it didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Because Good Kid, Mad City sounded like a current sound hip hop album, right?
It came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did. It sounded like a current. It had a trappy sound, but it also had very organic-y, abstract sounds in it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it had a place. It had a single that sounded like a single.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like other things that sounded like that on the radio. I don't think that we've been that close when it comes to him or Cole to a sound. You know what I'm saying? Making the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's been like that was it. Mm-hmm. We're not getting that again. We're getting these bodies of work that they're creating as artists from their own perspective, which is, I am not complaining. Okay? Right. I'm not complaining. But what brought me into new artists was familiarity, but it wasn't dependency on homogeny.
Yeah. So that familiarity,
is that a word?
Well, to be homogenous, right?
Yeah,
is to be categorized. Everything the same. But I think on this topic, man, like I could see the positives. Like I like hearing new stuff. I don't really like hearing like some of the same things. Like what is this guy's name? NBA Youngboy, right? So I like NBA Youngboy, but he has a very specific production taste. And every track has this same chord progression that he uses. And that is just his sound. Now, it's not a sound I like, personally. When I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I already know what this progression is. It's boring to me.
Right.
But for people who are listening to it, they're not really listening for the progression.
Yeah.
They're listening for the entire experience. And he brings that entire experience every single time.
I feel like Uzi does too.
Yeah. Uzi has a sound.
Nah, he doesn't. I don't think he has a sound. That shit is all over the place. Yeah. This new shit don't sound like the old. The old shit sound like old alternative music. This sound like Be More music.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Be More sound. So
Like when I say Be More, I mean like the Be More house sound.
bruh.
Don't make me do it, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
not the go-go sound, the other Be More sound.
I'm thinking Uzi as the artist. He has a sound himself. Like, as an Uzi.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's where I'm going with that.
I mean, but even
But you're
in this
talking about
new joint, it
production
don't
too.
really sound like the other shit these sound. I'm talking about the production. It's like the sound of
you're talking about
production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of production, I like production where it's at today. I don't like where we've gotten to with the young producers. It's a lot of collaborating. And that's cool. But what I don't like about the collaboration piece of it is every song now is 5 producers. Every song.
Really?
You got the drummer comes in, or you got the one person comes in.
What's
they lay the
wrong with
drums.
that?
Well, there's nothing really wrong with that because you got 5 different opinions, and you kind of like expand the sound.
That makes it even more unique.
Yeah, but what I don't
It's
like
like a
about it,
band.
what I don't like about it is how it works out for the people get money at the end. I think that's my problem. I have a personal.
I mean, if
financial
they're
problem.
okay with it,
Yeah, if they want to do that, it's perfectly fine.
yeah.
Absolutely do it. Go get that. And going back to your point of getting a bag, like they're doing that for a reason. They're not just doing it because they're doing it for a reason. And the reason why they're doing it is because the artist demand today is like, yo, I need a beat. No, not this one. 3 seconds in. No, not this one. Give me something else.
That ain't
Give me
new.
something else. No, it's not new. But
You got that treatment.
I got that treatment, right?
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, like, it forced all the producers at some point in time to finally be like, yo, I got to make a beat in like 15 minutes. I got to go.
And some can.
And that's the expectation. It's not even a thing anymore. It's an expectation. Like, if you are a producer that can do things, some people are going to come in and be like, yo, man, let me hear what you got in 15 minutes and we'll rock with that.
Right.
And if what you got in 15 minutes is dope, then cool. Then they're going to lay that down and then let you finish up the track and you can go do it in post-production. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope. Like, I can get with that all day.
Yeah, I think a jam session.
Yeah.
And then making something of a jam session to me is really what music should look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what the
if it's a jam session of your own, then it's a jam session of your own. You know what I'm saying? But the idea should come from that organic place of being immersed in the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm listen, all my music came from a place of inspiration.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was a feeling I felt. You know what I mean? It came from somewhere, some type of life experience. I am not saying that it should not happen that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that that's just as awesome. But I think that anything creative coming from a creative place has more equity. Because there's nothing else other than pure creativity behind it. You know what I mean? When you start like infusing creativity with business or personal gain and desire and, you know, all these things, you start to chip away at what the point of the art is because you're trying to commercialize it for success reasons.
Well, if you haven't said it already, I will say this ain't nothing new either. You have
that definitely
plenty of
ain't.
people out there
Definitely not new.
who was just trying to chase the bag. Now,
Yeah.
to your point, it seems like more people are just doing it for the money. And
Today it does.
yeah.
And it seems like they're winning. It seems like there's not a lot of success and support for the hip hop artists that's in it because they love rap. I feel like the very vast majority of mainstream artists today will tell you this is a hustle for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether that's part of their act or not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think a lot of them are like, no, this was my dream and I'm living my dream. I've always wanted to do this. I didn't do this to get out the hood. I did this because this is what I wanted to be when I grew up. I think Doja Cat is probably that person.
She rides in a room by herself. She can make her own music.
Yo, she's living her best life.
And she puts it out.
Doja Cat is who I wanted to be when I grew up. I didn't want to be
Kanye.
Well, no, I didn't. No.
Yeah.
No. I always appreciate Kanye for who Kanye is, right? I didn't want to be Kanye because I didn't think I had what it takes to manage that level of fame. You know what I'm saying? But the artist that sits in their bedroom, that creates cool shit, shares it with the internet, shares it with the world, goes on tour and can make a living doing so, that is Doja Cat, and that is what I wanted to do. To me, when I was younger and an artist, I compared it to being Fiona Apple. I was like, I want to be an artist like Fiona Apple was an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be Beyonce.
Right. Fiona is like, she gives off that
I'm living
backpacky vibe. Like she's trekking.
Yes.
And she's journaling.
Yo, she's living her life. She's making music when she's inspired, but she's living and she's making a living doing it.
Yeah. And you got a lot of artists like that right now. You got a lot of artists like that.
Let me tell you.
But the problem is they don't get the exposure. They don't put themselves in the crosshairs like the people who are chasing the bag.
Yeah.
So you don't hear about them as
well,
much.
that's because they don't value the bag.
Right. Ooh, my bad. Yeah, they don't value the bag. They care about the music. They care about the art. They care about the message.
Yeah.
And then they care about their fans. Because those people, I feel like, are really, really tied into those fans that are following them. But again, like, to be honest, I would like that too. I would like to have a small fan base. I would never want to be like, I'll just say Tom Brady. Like, you know, everybody knows Tom Brady, even if they don't watch football.
Right.
Everybody knows who he is, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Wayne. Everybody knows Wayne. Even if they don't listen to music, they've heard of Lil Wayne before. You know what I mean? That level of fame, that's kind of, it's too much pressure.
Make it hip hop. Who's a rap artist that you would equate the level of fame you're good with? Is it MF Doom?
Nah, MF Doom, he got some people following.
MF Doom can go. MF Doom, you think MF Doom can't go buy a Slurpee? He can't just go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee if you want a Slurpee?
I don't know.
You think they like, oh my God, it's MF Doom?
Nah.
They're not doing that.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
But if it's Cardi,
yeah. What about Cole?
I think Cole getting tackled if he go get a Slurpee.
I don't know, because Cole keeps it to the streets. Cole is like Keanu to me, right?
He is. He really is.
Yeah. So like when I see Cole move and how he moves, to me it's like, all right, I could get with that.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't gonna be dressed up. He ain't gonna have chains.
Yeah, for sure.
He just lives his life.
Yeah.
And he's regular.
Yeah.
A regular dude.
But everybody knows him.
Not everybody.
The level of fame that J. Cole has. J. Cole looks and is a public figure that will not be able to go to just get a Slurpee.
Snoop is a public figure that will never be able to get a Slurpee.
Can't get a Slurpee.
No.
Nope. No Slurpees for Snoop.
Cole, I think, still can.
I don't think Cole can.
I think
Memphis Bleak can.
Bleak can.
Bleak can.
Project Pat probably could.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's not
I
too
don't
many.
know. Steve might not agree with that. You know how he feel.
There's not too many.
I feel like
people
there's a lot of artists, like a lot of them in R&B. I did not know. Listen, I just got reacquainted with R&B. My man Steve put me on.
I'm still trying to get there.
Oh my God.
I'm not there yet.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
I got you, bro. I got you. I promise I got you. Do you listen to Tyler, the creator?
Of course.
So you rock with his artist, Kali Uchis?
Kali Uchis, yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I'm late to the party.
I didn't even put.
I'm late to the party.
Put that together. All right. See what you're doing there,
bro. She's very talented.
Dope.
That sound, I didn't know that was like prevalent. There's a whole genre of that.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah. And I think this decade, we're about to see we are already seeing drastic changes in music, and it's being forced now by artificial intelligence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We go on
AI.
AI.
We've had a couple conversations about AI.
Yeah. So where I'm at, AI is a great technology.
Yeah.
It can be used for good. It can be used for evil. Like, we do not know what we're about to get ourselves into.
Yo, I mean, like, we talking about how AI can be used, how it can be utilized.
Yeah.
Do we not stop and acknowledge that one day we won't be able to use AI? AI will be sentient and making a decision as to whether it will allow us its assistance.
Now, let me ask you something. How far up in the echelon do you think that we have people worried about that same thing?
When you say up in the echelon?
Yeah. I'm talking about world powers. How far ahead do you think our world powers to be are right now trying to figure out how we regulate this? I'm going to answer it for you.
I don't know.
I'm going to answer for you. Everybody that's saying exactly what you just said
Yeah.
in Congress,
Yeah.
they just had a whole hearing about it in the last 2 weeks about regulating, putting regulations in place so that AI doesn't get used.
Doesn't become self-aware.
Not even just that, but putting controls over how AI technology is being used, right? How code is being written, how, how you are building things in place that is AI to counter AI. That's where we're at right now. So when I tell you that it's getting crazy, it is getting crazy. And open source AI is the name of the company. They're doing everything from the perspective of, hey, we understand that you want to put regulations in place. So we're going to tell you, because we know you don't understand this technology like we do. We're going to tell you everything you need to know. And we're going to tell you what our fears are so that you can help us help you keep everyone safe. And that's the end goal, is to make sure that the technology isn't used for in a way that's war or death or, any of that stuff. But it's going to be used that way either way. Someone's going to figure it out.
How the fuck you gonna regulate what somebody else doing on their computer? They can't do it now. Think about it. What they regulating right now? Like, if you have to, yo, man,
Listen,
I'm
listen.
gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. When the last time you been to Pornhub?
I have no clue.
Okay, when the last time you been to a porn website?
I have no clue.
Okay, porn websites today. Thank you. Porn websites today ask you if you're 18 years or older.
I think they always have.
Sure, maybe they have. Have you always been 18 when you tried to visit those websites?
It's just a yes or no click.
Okay.
To your point.
Okay, so is that really regulation?
They can only regulate certain things. They can't regulate everything.
So somebody created a law and a rule where the law and the rule says you got to do this as a company and this will keep you out of trouble. You know what they're going to do?
Okay.
They just going to meet the intent to keep them out of trouble. They don't care if it's true or not.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you 100%, like, they can't regulate it. There's a black web for a reason. There's a dark web for a reason.
The other thing that we really focused on with this hearing was making sure that we continue to create jobs and make sure that when we take jobs away, that we are putting people in a position to try to have more jobs. And those regulations... Better jobs, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want to take jobs away for the purpose of taking jobs away.
Right.
We want to take away jobs that we don't necessarily, we don't necessarily need.
Right.
That something else can take care of,
Yeah.
that gives us the freedom to do better jobs.
Yeah. And that's the point of AI, is to put you in a place where you can not have to do some of these menial tasks, that you can put those off on technology to do so you can focus on the bigger picture.
For now.
For now? Forever?
No.
Let's go back to internet technology, right? When computers started coming online, internet started being a thing, and people started being worried about, is a computer going to do my job better than I do my job? When they started looking at it that way, we had the same fears that, computers and technology was going to put us out of work.
Yet here we are today.
Where?
Worrying as to whether or not technology is going to replace us.
I'm not worried about that.
You personally are not worried about that, but there are people that are worried about that.
Yeah.
There's a McDonald's down in Henderson or Summerlin or one of those places, and it's completely robotic. I think they have like staff on hand, but it's like one person,
Yeah,
or
I
two
went
people, or something. It's like you went to one.
Yeah.
How was it?
So outside they have a box and you can order from your phone.
Like a kiosk.
It's like the window. You know the menus they have up there?
Yeah, and then drive through.
Yeah. So they have a separate window like next to it. It's not a window. It's like a pillar screen thing or whatever. You put the code in on your phone.
Yeah.
You place the order and then you pull up and something brings it out to you.
What is, you say something like
It's like a
it's
little robot.
an alien.
No, it's like a little robot. It's like a little.
Why are you whispering when you say robot?
It's like a little robot.
Why-
Because you know what? I feel like robot sounds offensive.
Why are you having a hard time saying that a machine brought you a burger?
That's a machine.
Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, then why are you whispering it?
I'm still trying to get used to hearing myself in headset.
okay.
So this conversation has been very, very difficult. I hope you know that.
Oh, you're doing it great. You're doing
I
outstanding.
feel like I'm slurred.
No, not at all.
But yeah, so a machine brings it out. There's another restaurant that does this too. Is it Red Robin? No, it's not Red Robin. There's another restaurant here in Vegas that does the same thing. They bring your food out to you. You just place the order and they bring
On a
it out.
conveyor belt,
It's not a conveyor belt. It's a
a
machine.
hovercraft,
No, it's not. It's like a
a UFO.
nah.
What are we talking
It's a
about?
cart with wheels
Okay,
and like I guess
yo, it's like a
it's like a Roomba, bro. It's like a Roomba. That's what it looks like.
Roomba.
It's
The
like
Roomba
a-
bringing you burger.
Yeah, your Roomba brings you your burger, bro. It's good. It's sealed, so you know it's not really sealed, but I preferred if it was sealed. Because what if somebody stops it on the way to your table and they stick their hands in your food? Come on, bro. Like, nah, man.
Bruh.
Nah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about AI. Okay, one of the things about AI you shared with me the other day, and we've had conversations about AI. We've been looking to have this conversation for a bit now.
Yeah.
One of the things that's been coming up is its use in the creative space.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You sent me something that had to do. It was either you or Chris, but it was something in regard to filmmaking.
Yeah.
I think it was Chris. I think I talked to Chris about this earlier today. And it was essentially like it advertised like let AI make your YouTube video for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
let's be a little clear about what exactly is happening.
I can't
here.
speak to you on the on like the film how they put that together, but the way I understand it is that you feed it prompts.
Yeah.
You just tell it, hey, I need a video that looks like this. It starts like this, and it fades into this, and then it ends like this. And you could tell the AI generator how to do it.
Yeah.
Once you put it in, it kicks something out, and then you can say, I don't like this. I need you to fix this part, this
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
and
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm tracking that piece.
Yeah.
I'm tracking that.
That's not what we're talking about?
Well, here's my thing, man.
Yeah.
If I let's say all this content we're shooting today.
Okay.
Okay, let's say we take this and we want to clip it out.
Yeah.
And there's an AI editing software that says, I will create your YouTube videos.
There is.
Okay?
I know what you're talking about.
So I want to be able to say, like, where's your source of data? Here's my media source. Here's my reference.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for. Output. And then I get an output, and then I tweak output, and it's good.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If I told you that AI technology was dedicated to trying to do just that, as opposed to trying to replace people, replace ideas, replace creativity, how would that vibe with you? Because I think a lot of people get scared that, or a lot of people have.
Listen here,
raised
AI
concerns.
Jesus.
No, listen, people have raised concerns about like, you are just going to take my style. It's not even going to be my style anymore once I get famous with it or popular with it.
Yeah.
I've got enough sources out there that you could just throw me as reference into. Oh boy, this boy got some food. He trying to grub. Look, I just gave him
red.
permission. I just gave him permission to take a bite while I'm talking.
It's red. It's red. Look, it's red.
This is an Impossible burger.
No, it's the Spider-Man burger.
But listen,
Oh God, it's
Bruh.
dripping on me.
what was I saying?
Bruh.
Nasty. All right, so what was I saying? What was I talking about?
You was talking about AI. We was talking about in relation to how I don't think that it's where it's supposed to be yet in terms of usability. And people are advertising it that way, and that's not the case.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're not there yet. I used it the other day.
how was it?
Useful.
Yeah.
I used it, and to me, I used it for what I think it should be. It ought to be used for. Right.
Right.
I needed hexadecimal codes for colors.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I go and I said, hey, I used AI. I said, hey, what are the best color combinations for this?
Yeah.
And it gave me color combination. I said in hexadecimal.
Yeah.
And so it gave me like 3 different colorways. And then it gave me hexadecimal for the colorways for each color. And I was able to plug them in and try them out.
So this is where I'm at. I love the idea of us being able to lower the barrier, cut the gates, let people who don't necessarily know how to do certain things, give them an opportunity to skip that. You know what I mean? Because, there's a lot of gatekeeping. Like this already happened to the music industry like years ago. 20 years ago, we had people moving to Fruity Loops. That's what it was back then. It wasn't FL Studio like it is now. It's Fruity Loops. You had a lot of people that were making music on the computer because computer technology was getting better. Kind of the same thing that's happening right now with AI. Technology is getting better. But so you came in and you were making the music on FL Studio, and a lot of people just weren't good at it. It was just really bad. The stock sounds were bad. Like people didn't know what they were doing as much as being able to play it. But it got bigger, and it became more accessible. So then you had people who didn't have all the money for all the big studio gear and all that stuff. They could do exactly what those guys in the pros. They
With
could do at home
VSTs.
with virtual instruments and all that kind of thing. So this is where I feel like there's a parallel with AI technology because it's the same thing. You got technology that's out right now. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to get an idea across.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you have we're not talking about what our generation is going to do with AI.
Right.
Look at the generation that's brewing right now.
Yeah.
And their obsession with shortcuts, with not putting effort into shit, with not doing things the hard way, with trying to minimize the level of investment. Like, what do you think they're going to do with AI? It ain't us.
They're going to make the world a better place, bro.
Are they really?
Because that same thing you just shared with me was a lot of the reason why AI even exists now, why technology exists now. We've been, as a society, or even as a race, we've been trying to make things simpler and simpler and simpler for ourselves because it is a mental, it is something that it's instilled in us. Your brain is hardwired to make life easier for you. That is why you have...
It's the pursuit of happiness.
Yes.
It's the
that's
goal
part
of pursuing a happier life.
Yeah.
Is what it boils down to. Yeah.
Yeah. It does
And
equate to
the purpose of technology is to make it easier for you to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And not do all the hard stuff.
Yeah. So I watched the podcast this week. I don't know if you can call it a podcast if it's on a video, but I listened to a podcast this week where the therapist was talking about what laziness actually is. And the way he broke it down almost made me feel bad because I was like, oh, we just justifying laziness now? Like, how do you do that? But what he basically said is exactly what I said. Your brain is hardwired to make life easier. Make the things, the menial tasks, the things that you do every day, make those things easier to accomplish so it doesn't have to work as hard. Because when you have to do hard work, your brain has to work hard. When you have to do hard math, your brain has to take that time to process.
Yeah, but like 99% of the things about the world that are great came from that same energy.
Came from that.
From that energy of hard work and thinking.
Yeah. But you can't sit here and be like...
That's how problems are solved. The easy way out of a problem is to not deal with a problem.
Or to make that problem autonomous so that you don't have to hands-on do that.
Yeah, but to make something autonomous, you have to have at least done it. You have to have solved it.
Yeah.
To make it autonomous.
But do you think lumberjacks should still be cutting down trees with axes alone and not machines?
Not at all.
So do you think that the avid use of machines today
But I
makes
think
them
that-
weaker
No, I don't think it makes them weaker.
or lazier? Sorry.
No, it makes them smarter.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to
Yeah,
work
but if-
smarter, not harder.
Yeah, but it ain't.
AI technology is here to
It's
take
not-
a lot of the dumb menial things out of your life.
Is it? Ask somebody who knew how to do that. Ask somebody who knew the art of chopping down a tree and what the technical aspects of that were, and ask them if they feel the same way. Because I'm gonna tell you, they don't think that it's making it easier. They think that they're losing the art behind what they built an art around, a craft around.
Yeah, and it's still a craft. You still got people that perform it in that way.
Yeah.
But you also have a whole generation or society of people who need the product, and we need the product now. You know what I mean?
No, we want the product now.
We want the product now.
Right. Definitely don't need the product now.
We don't need anything.
No.
But water and air. But see, and that's where the need comes back, because the water situation, just because the
And
world is 80% water.
That was a conversation that I almost had the other day with you. I wanted to save it for the pod.
What's that?
You brought it up. Why is AI being used to do all this low key meaning? Why isn't it solving the water crisis in Nevada?
So AI is only as smart as the people who are getting their hands on it. And what I love about this technology and why I'm so excited about it is, just because you have access to it doesn't mean that you are immediately going to take over the world or you're immediately going to make the world better. You don't know how to do things that you don't know how to do. So we are in an experimental phase where a lot of people are like, okay, I got this to do this. What else can I
You
get
called
to
it
do?
the Napster phase.
Yeah, it is like the Napster phase. Because when you look back at what took place during, well, I was talking about in regards to music. I'm going to save that for later.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is that, not everybody is smart enough to take this thing and say, okay, I want to do this with it. I want to fix the world with it. Those people who are out there trying to fix the world with it, I guarantee you they are using it, right? But it's not powerful enough right now to do everything we needed.
Well,
for,
I mean, I
right?
kind of don't need him to do everything. I just need him to tell me what the fix is for us for Lake Mead evaporating.
Right.
You know what I mean? How does Nevada sustain itself? I think I'm operating on the premise that artificial intelligence exceeds the intelligence of collective man intelligence.
It is the collective man intelligence. And where we're at right now in this
it's
stage,
limited.
it is super limited.
Yeah,
It's
but you
only
can't
limited-
tell me no one else in the world. This is why I like the internet, right? The internet, no one else in the world. There's no way no one else in the world has never dealt with a circumstance that I'm dealing with because I'm dealing with whatever it is. Okay, let's say it's, I don't fucking know. I stubbed my toe. It turned a certain color. I'm concerned it might be broken.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only person that's had that experience. I can go look it up.
Right.
I can go ask the internet, and the collective internet response will come back to me. You're saying now I can just ask AI, and AI will give me the collective experience, but it also tell me what I can do to treat it and other information
Where do
surrounding
you think
relative
that's
to
coming
it.
from?
Huh?
What do you think that's coming from?
The internet.
parsing the data.
I know it's
Yeah,
coming from the
exactly.
internet. It's data.
So
It's all
these
it
are
is
large-
data regurgitation.
This is large language models, right? That's what they're called officially. Who knows what that means? People do know what it means. I'm not going to get into that, but they are large language models. So they're just databases, and they're fed with whoever's putting in there. And if you take the internet and you attach it to this AI, such as like Chat GPT with web plugins,
Yeah.
you get a much slower response. But the reason why we don't like to attach the internet to things like large language models, we got to be careful about it, is because it gets its output from the internet, that collective conscious, and anything you feed in there, it could be bullshit.
And
it could
the
be
internet
wrong.
is full of shit.
Yeah, it's full of wrong shit.
Yeah.
And this is why I liked the idea of Chat GPT, because what they did is they took everything on the internet up until like 2021, think that's the cutoff, June of 2021. They filtered out some harmful results, some things that were biased. They were going through the process of filtering all that stuff out so that there's not as much
Tweaking.
bias. Yeah, they were tweaking it. And then they released it. What was it, like December of last year, January of this year? It just blew up. It was big. It was a novelty. Everybody's like, oh, I want to see what I could do with it.
It's very novelty
It's
right now.
very novelty. But this is the purpose of it, though, is it's crowdsourcing more data. It's testing people.
I know.
And
Every
we are
time
feeding.
someone plays with AI, it's getting smarter.
It's getting smarter. And this is why I think
But
AI
you're saying that
technology
the
is
collective the collective intelligence
Yeah.
of AI cannot exceed the collective intelligence of human beings?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh.
I'm saying not to expect that immediately.
Oh,
because
yeah.
what I think is it has to parse that data.
Yeah.
It has to start taking the pros and cons, or this person's statement versus this person.
It's gonna have to start
dissect it.
It's gonna have to start fact checking.
But we already have sources that fact check right now.
Wait a minute.
Wait. We already have AI kind of technology that does the fact checking right now. When you submit your written papers in college, you
Yeah.
got to submit it for like I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I know. I forgot what it's called too. I know what you're
forgot
talking
what
about
it's
though.
called. But you have to submit.
But
your
it checks
papers.
us for plagiarism.
Yeah, it's a plagiarism checker,
Right.
right? And they also built that into Chat GPT, this AI large language model stuff right now. They've built that in to detect when people are getting answers from Chat GPT or from those kind of sources.
Yeah, that's fine. That has nothing to do with like what I'm talking about though.
What do you mean?
Well, what I'm saying is that the AI would be utilized in itself.
To fact check.
Yes.
What I'm saying is it's capable to do that now because we're already using technology that's used
So if you ask ChatGPT right now if Donald Trump lost the election, what's ChatGPT going to say?
lost which election?
The only election that matters. What are you talking about?
I thought you were meaning like a future election. You're talking about the one that
Yeah.
If you ask it right now, I can't tell you what the response is going to be.
I'm saying no because the response there's a factual response,
Okay.
and then there's a fictional response.
Yeah. I don't know. You'd have to ask it yourself because I don't know how it would turn out. Because I don't know what it's going to say.
Let's ask him.
Yeah, I'd ask.
Yeah, let's ask.
And on that subject, you also have something called Google Bard. Google Bard is basically chat.
Yeah,
GPT
I heard of
as-
Google Bard. I didn't
Yeah.
like it because I didn't like the name.
You like Bard?
Sound weird, like Bart or Barf.
It sound weird, or you don't know what it means?
This is a joke. It sounds like a joke.
Google
know?
Bard is dope. It's already automatically connected to the internet. It works.
Where did I do? Oh, I think I was on a computer when I did AI.
You can do open.
It's not frozen. It's your hand.
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up right
Take 3 fingers and swipe. That's why that happens. It's the only reason it happens. So stop.
Chat GPT. OpenAI. AU.
It's only happening because you're doing it. Stop. It's not doing it now. So take your fingers and spray them out like this. So you can see everything. It's not working. Because you're on the wrong desktop. And the only reason you go from one desktop, well, your mouse is on here. That's why you're changing this.
How did I forget my password, bro? Hold on a second.
So don't do the, I don't know why this is doing it. It's doing it on its own face to me. Okay? Just take ownership of your shit. Did you find it?
Hold on.
This is your job, by the way.
All right, let's see if I can get it. No, I forgot my password.
Hold on, I can jump in. Here it is.
Don't reset password.
Try. Log in.
I just get mad that it kicks me out. It shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you should have to log in every time.
I want to account.
I see. Next.
Okay, I'm in now.
Next. Did we just get in there at the same time?
Yeah, I gotta watch an ad though. That's stupid.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
2020. What does it say? What does it say?
Yes, Donald Trump lost the 2020 presidential election to Joe Biden. The election took place on November 3rd, 2020, and Joe Biden, the Democratic candidate, secured the necessary electoral votes to win the presidency. Following the election, multiple states conducted recounts and audits to verify the results, and numerous legal challenges were brought forward by the Trump campaign. However, these challenges were largely unsuccessful, and on January 6, 2021, Congress certified Joe Biden's victory. Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States on January 20th, 2021.
There you go. So does it sound biased?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that some people would say so.
I know a particular ex-president that would say so.
I know some particular supporters of the ex-president that would say so. They would say the same thing.
I'm not going to get involved in politics.
Right. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, AI is not. Oh, wait. How you spell AI? I mean, how you spell bias?
Oh. Oh, it's IA.
Is it IA?
It's IA.
Damn.
I was trying to give it to you, but I was like, I'm going to look dumb co-signing on that.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. That would have been close, though. That would have
been
been
close.
That would have been cool.
But there's so much to talk about with AI. And the one thing I want to get back to is the creativity aspect of it.
Right.
I think, as with everything else, you lower the standard for entry enough that people will be able to get in and do some of the things that you took 20, 30 years to learn how to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're going to feel some kind of way about it because they're like, man, I had to do all this work to learn this. You still don't even know what you're doing. But then when they see somebody putting something out that's kind of like what you're already doing or acceptable enough to make you lose out on a sale, you're going to feel some kind of way. What I think is going to happen, though, getting to the creativity point. Hold on. I'm sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
I think it's going to force people to not accept things that are being produced by AI at some point, kind of like Photoshops. At the beginning, Photoshops was like, oh, dang, that's real? And then people started to catch on real quick. Oh, yeah, that's a Photoshop. That ain't real, bro. That's Photoshop.
Or a deep fake.
Or
deep fakes.
Deep fakes is still a thing.
Yeah, they are, but it's the technology's not there yet where you can't tell.
Almost there.
I don't know, man.
It's almost there.
It
is almost there. You got AI technology right now that can fake you looking at the camera.
You know what's going to happen?
Time.
And I didn't think about it till just now. If you can't believe shit you see in video, then that means the only thing you can believe is what you see with your own eyes in real life.
Yeah, and it's going to push people to
We are going to devalue video with deepfake.
Yeah. And maybe, no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. You're going to create a lane for people. You already created this lane for people.
No, it already exists. Think about this. Okay? 90% of these statistics are wild. They're coming from out of my ass, so don't put too much stock in them.
No, I'm not going to challenge you.
But I would say the majority of users of Instagram and Snapchat also use filters.
Yeah. And how do you think filters are made? It's through the same kind of technology.
Well, sure. But my point is that look how society has accepted filters.
Uh-huh.
Fake pictures of you. It's not you.
It's not you.
It's not you. Well, then we probably be just as likely to accept fake movies starring you.
Yeah.
Fake music video starring you.
We already do that.
Fake songs sung by you.
We already do that. We just did that this year.
What you mean?
Drake. AI Drake, sorry. This AI Drake thing, right? So for those who don't know, back in February, there was a song that was made with AI technology, this voice manipulation. It makes you sound like the artist. As long as you input their cadence, input their flow, the AI will take over and filter your voice away and put the artist's voice over you. So the way that it was being sold to the public was that people just fed some lines into this bot. The bot kicked the lines out. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a song about this. So the bot just made a song about this, and then he rapped it, and that was it. And he put it out on the internet, and we heard it. We were like, what is this? This song? What is? Oh boy, I can't. I was fooling on this camera over here. Yeah, he good. He good, man. Now, so about the song though. So really, what it was you had this ghostwriter, and his name is Ghostwriter, ironically.
Right.
So he sung the song like Drake, or rapped the song like Drake, and he put it out there, and it's called what is it? Heart on My Sleeve. It was Drake and The Weeknd. Fake Weeknd, fake Drake. Now, people out here in the streets is like, yo, this AI song sound like it's real. And everybody was on board trying to play the song. He got kicked off of Spotify. And what's crazy is he got kicked off of Spotify, but he never said he was Drake. The song never said it was produced by Drake, or that Drake was on it. So he got kicked off of Spotify.
It was literally called AI Drake.
It's called AI Drake, but it wasn't Drake.
They did it for likeness. It's for likeness.
Yeah, it's likeness. I know.
That's obvious though.
I know it's obvious, but at the end of the day, I think that getting back to the point of creativity and this technology is, I think that we are going to have labels that just completely generate AI artists. They're going to put those out there. They're going to be acceptable. You're going to have hologram shows where this AI artist is performing, and record labels are going to be able to make money. And who's still getting paid is people who are being creative with it, because you still have to have a human input.
That's part of my problem though. Why is AI, excuse me, I am fucking this burger up. Why is AI being used to make rich companies richer? Why are we not using it to make the world a better place?
How do you know we're not using it to make a world a better place?
Because we ain't talking about that.
How do you know we're not talking about that?
Because we not right now.
Oh, you didn't ask me to look into that. How are we going to make the world a better place? Let me see.
Well,
Let me see.
it's not about that. It's just that the nature of man.
Is AI being used
Can I use it?
to make
money?
the world
Then let's do
a
it.
better place?
Because they don't care about making the world a better place.
Several AI tools have already been developed to identify patients with COVID-19 and deliver treatment that helps healthcare professionals to save. Oh, you know what? This just reminded me. I saw something.
Algorithm.
No, I just saw something on this yesterday too, and I forgot about it. So, the fear of people losing jobs. One of the things that was in that, and it's not that I saw something. It was on that same Congress hearing about AI technology. One of the things they were talking about was how it's helping the medical field be more efficient, because you've got doctors that are looking over charts and trying to figure out like what it is they're seeing, and there's a rate of success of them being able to properly diagnose you, right? When you take AI technology and you put it in the place of a doctor, and you take the emotion out of it, you take the guessing out of it, it's just a calculation based on inputs and based on all of their clinical studies that are put into crowdsourced, like we were talking about earlier, right? You have a higher chance. It's come back. They did test on it, right? I don't know the numbers. I'm not going to quote the numbers. I'm just going to say that it was significantly higher. That AI got the diagnosis, the prognosis right than the doctors did. Higher, significantly higher. And this is what they want to use as a doctor tool, as a way to help diagnose and get people, make people live longer, cure people, whatever the case.
Can you sue it when it's wrong?
You're going to have to sue the company that ran with the diagnosis.
See how that shit's going to go.
The company is going to have to eat that. Same like, because what do you do when the
They
doctor,
won't want to.
What do you do with the doctor?
Why
gives you a wrong
are they
diagnosis?
liable for creating an algorithm? They didn't use it for that. That's like holding a gun. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It's like holding a gun company liable, like a arms manufacturer liable for what someone does with your gun.
Bruh.
What?
Stop the
Bro, what are you
cap.
talking about, man?
So look, at the level I'm talking about it at, I'm talking about the doctor that goes in and diagnoses you and says, "Hey, you got this lump. It's malignant. It ain't nothing. Don't worry about it. You good." And you die 3 weeks later, and your family is like, "Oh, what happened?" Right? That misdiagnosis, right? Because you didn't do nothing. You could have did something. Maybe you couldn't do nothing, right? But you were diagnosed as being okay, right? If I can reduce that. Sorry. The doctor, who do you sue? Do you sue that doctor or do you sue the practice? I'm not talking about do you sue AI. And if that's what you meant, then or whoever the business is.
My point is that
I'm talking about the company that uses that AI and they're relying on it. They are going to be held liable.
Yeah, I think the doctor is the practice. That's who you would be suing.
If I'm thinking like more.
If the doctor is the person who's implementing this tool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going for a lawsuit, then you'd hold them liable for how it was used, because you can't hold you can't hold the company liable for creating something that someone misused.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's the
is this going to be FDA approved or something, or from some type of entity that says that, yeah, this will never fuck up?
Yeah, but you got doctors that use stuff that's not FDA approved today, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, but
At
they
the same
do so at the liability.
of themselves, their insurance, because they have
Their practice.
Yeah, their practice. So they have insurance to cover them.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the same thing with AI, because AI is just a tool.
Yep.
It is a tool for reference, right?
But I think the tool
And if you prompt
has
it
the capability to do more than any other tool we're talking about here.
yeah, but does that change the liability? Like,
Because it can do more?
Yeah.
It should.
why?
Because it has greater harm for use. And if there's a greater probability of use, then it has a higher liability. What are you talking about? That's normal. You know what I mean? Like, do you let your daughter drive your car?
No,
Why?
she doesn't have a license.
Okay, so she don't know how to drive your car.
Right. She don't know how to
Right.
drive.
So you'd never put her in a situation to drive your car, right?
right.
She's a fucking liability.
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm talking about. Because there's a risk that it won't, she could probably drive your car. Maybe. YouTube, whatever. You know what I mean? Power wheels, who knows?
Yeah.
But the risk that you're assuming makes it a liability because it's so high. It's more likely than no risk at all.
Yeah. But I don't understand the argument though. Like,
My
why
point
wouldn't I
is that
use it?
AI. So my point is that I went as a doctor.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna use AI, right? Because if I use what I'm saying is that as a patient, if my doctor is using AI, right, and they're using AI to make this determination, but AI and that information that they got ended up leading to some form of maltreatment for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, your AI is not liable. The doctor is liable.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Right.
So I'm agreeing 100%. I don't think you were saying. I thought the point you were making was that we shouldn't use AI or shouldn't rely on AI for that kind of thing because it puts people at risk, at a higher risk.
Well, yeah, to me that's common sense.
But that's what I thought. That's what you were saying. Don't use AI because it's a higher risk.
No, I think that AI should be used for problems that we don't have the answers to. That's what I think AI
Explicitly?
should be used.
Explicitly though?
I mean, if you already know, then why the fuck are you using it to know again?
But we're not using AI just explicitly for finding new things.
Sure, finding faster ways to learn old new shit, right?
Maybe. Yeah. That's
Sure. Like the other day when I used it to build hexadecimals,
Yeah.
right?
You already knew how to do it. But
I mean, no, I knew I could Google it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And essentially, you kind of did the same thing.
100%.
Yeah.
To me, there wasn't much difference between there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the same thing as the internet. It's what I said. way
You
earlier
really
in the
don't
show.
want to be in your position when we're done with this show. Because you finna get it.
Same thing I was saying earlier.
Yep.
Like when the internet came through, people were worried. They were scared of what was going to happen in their jobs because they were seeing the correlation of the internet and
Yeah.
computers.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, man, I'm not going to be needed for this one task that they do all the time because they built a machine that could do it. And it has a computer.
Yo, but that's
built in
true, though.
To do that.
That's true. Technology has taken jobs.
It has. It always will. But it also created jobs for people.
It doesn't do it at the equal amount, though.
No.
It's not balanced at all.
No, but you know what you
Wanna
got to
know
do in this
why?
situation? You got to get on board and learn how to do.
Nah,
what this
man.
new
I'm going
tech
to tell
is
you the
doing.
reason why people feel this way is because they feel victimized by it because they don't have any power to control it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I'm a company and I make more money, it's the same reason why we have call centers in the Philippines or in India. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's greed. People have the means to reduce their overhead. They're going to take it
Yeah.
because it means they can put more money in their pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think anything is wrong with that. If you got a tool in place to make your life easier or make life easier so that you can stop worrying about certain
It made
things,
your life easier. What did it do to somebody else's life, though?
it depends on what it is.
And this is to me fundamentally where we get to like the real crux of this conversation. Is your convenience and comfort worth the livelihood of someone else? Because that's what the fuck it boils down to.
Well, it sounds like what you're saying is, should we evolve as a human race? Because if we do, we're going to make people lose jobs. This is Darwinism, bro. Like when things evolve, the weakest will fall off. Those people who are in jobs right now that are 100% doable with a computer, they should really be looking to further themselves.
There ain't no job that can't be done 100% by a computer. They all can.
They all cannot be 100%.
You really
done.
think a computer can't do your job?
I know a computer can do my job.
Oh, okay.
How effective is it going to be? How efficient is it going to be?
It could probably be more effective than us. It's a fucking computer. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't need to take lunch breaks.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to complain about how much it's getting paid. It doesn't worry about whether or not it's paying its bills.
But I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is learning how to understand the technology as it is.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about you. You're a unique subset of this culture that doesn't have fears of what AI is going to bring. You probably have subordinates that work under you that are terrified because this is how they earn their living.
Yeah.
And you said it yourself. A computer can do your job.
Yeah, computer can't do my job.
That means that you need to be able to do another job to be valuable to your employer.
And that is exactly what I said earlier, that I'm not worried about that because I'm learning the technology, how to make it useful for me in the event that my job goes away. Okay, well, guess what? I have a skill set now in command prompt writing, or prompt writing as it is, which is basically learning exactly what inputs you give to.
But that's not going to be everybody.
It's not going to be everybody.
It's not going to be most people.
It might not be most people.
No,
And
it's not going to be most people.
It might not be most people because here's what's going to happen. That's even going to be made even more efficient. It's already being made more efficient because what you do is you take your prompt and you give it to the AI and you say, hey, look, I'm looking to make this prompt stronger. How do I get to XYZ answer? It takes that prompt of your question about your previous prompt and fixes it up, makes it better. And you're going to have people out there who don't know anything about anything ask one simple question. What's one? One is an integer, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what's 1 plus 1? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, why is it 2? Okay, blah, 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 blah. And then that person seeking knowledge, they're going to continue to ask more thorough, thought out questions. And this language model is going to take all of their previous data that they've asked questions about and continue to feed them on the level that they're asking the questions at, to the point where that person seeking all this knowledge now has the ability to go out there and do something with it and really like do something with it. They know how to use, they've gotten experience on what to ask the model, how to ask the model the things, because they just played with it, right? They was
Yeah.
just, I'm just toying with it. Hey, how do I get a girlfriend? And they get a response. Like, oh,
Right,
how do I
right.
make this better?
Right.
Right? Or how to make a video about a girl doing this thing because I'm feeling some kind of way right now. And they do all of that experimentation.
But it's
and
learning.
Now yes, it's learning.
This
and
is all
they are
learn.
learning.
This all learning.
Yeah, but they are learning too. And that's what makes AI important is the user, what knowledge, what experience the user has with asking for those things or what knowledge they know about the world. They bring it to the table and they say, hey, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be better at this one skill so I can land a job. How viable is that? AI, give me some results. And they find a way to ask that question better than 270 other people who are asking the same question, and they get results because they know what the answers mean. So to me, it comes down to experiment with it. Do not expect that we're going to go 2, 3, 4 years and not hear anything else about AI. You're not going to go another 2 weeks without hearing about AI because it's progressing so fast.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like the internet was basically the library built for it.
Yeah.
We basically created the conduit to which we would feed the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I understand, and I think it's pretty noble to have the opinion and the perspective that you have. And I can understand the excitement from your place. But, being the product of American pop culture that I am, I would say that I've seen quite a few Terminator movies that I might be allowing to have influence on my opinion over the situation. It may make things a little grimmer than maybe
But
they
you
are.
know what? You build an AI to be your protector. Hey, I need this AI to watch my back. Hey, look for viruses.
Who gonna protect me from the AI though?
You just gonna have to put your trust in the AI, bro.
At what point are we okay with putting our complete trust into technology?
Hey, man, a lot of people live this life today with their full faith in technology because there's people in their deathbeds.
Yo,
right
you
now.
you was at work the other day. Your computer broke, or something wasn't working. Right?
Yeah, but
That's how reliable technology is.
Hey, but I still got my job.
Yeah, but you see how reliable technology is. You more reliable than technology.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because, as a human, I get brain fog too. I have my down days where I can't focus, where I can't concentrate. Distractions distract me. You know what I mean? That's a natural thing.
I think until technology is self-sustaining, then there really ain't nothing to talk about.
Folding.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that, so long as a surge can take you out, a power surge, a arc, bad grounding, rain, water shorting, corrupt data, a magnet. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of these things make it so that the threat of technology isn't as much as is it possible? Yeah. However, there's a lot going against technology.
There is.
There's really a lot. You know what I mean?
I don't know where to take the conversation when it comes to.
Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up. Actually, we're at an hour and a half. You know what I mean? It goes fast.
It does.
It really does. Did you like it? Pause. Cool. It was fun.
Wow.
I paused it.
Wow.
I paused it. Was it good for you?
This man with the questions.
Yeah, no, it's been great. This definitely not make this the last time that we have you on the show. I especially love the music piece. Yeah, that's an hour and a half, man. And that was actually the smoothest the show's gone for a while. So I appreciate everyone's hard work who worked on the show today. So thank you. But yeah, that's it, man. Let's wrap it up. Listen, you guys know what it is. Every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Commonwealth Podcast. We're here for your weekly entertainment. We got some things cooking, but I'll just keep that to myself for the time being. Outside of that, I'll say I hope you all have a blessed weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Check you guys next week. Same time, same channel.